What's up, everybody? This is John, Posthuman Guy, Unpaid Gamers. Just coming at you with another car thoughts video. So today's kind of sucky because I got ready and it looked a little cloudy out. And so as soon as I left the house, it started pouring down a freaking monsoon. So that's the kind of weather I'm dealing with today. It's not so bad right now. It's wet and rainy where it's came down a flood in a few seconds, I guess. But we'll see. So as usual, car thoughts, we're driving, so we'll see what kind of weather we encounter. Sometimes it's just that way. It'll be sunny in one area and I drive into another area and it's fucking terrible. So if all of a sudden things get crazy, that's what's up. So anyway, today's video, I wanted to talk about pre-ordering. I was going to pre-order some stuff, or have pre-ordered some stuff, was looking for something else to pre-order specifically, and I don't know, it gets me thinking, like, just the whole pre-order system machine that we're in now, and how freaking stupid it is. So, if you're old enough, you'll remember kind of why pre-ordering started. And if you don't, here's what's up. So back in the day, well, really, like, long before even that, games would just come out, like, you wouldn't know. You would just go to the store sometimes and all of a sudden there'd be a new game out. There was kind of no rhyme or reason for some of that stuff. At least it wasn't conveyed properly to customers like it is now. You'd know of a game coming out, and who knows, like, you might see an advertisement for it, you might see it in a magazine, it might have a date, might not, it might just be out. And I'm hitting like manholes, by the way, every now and again, so if you see some stuff, that's what's going on. Just going over these manholes on this road before I get on the expressway. So okay, so games were all willy-nilly back then, would come out. Well, then it kind of got a little more organized, it seemed like, and games had specific dates they were coming out, or that they will probably come out. And there was no digital storefront. You just had to show up at the store the day of and hope you get a copy. So, there were many times where you would go to get a game and it would just be sold out somewhere and it wasn't there. And I know that still happens now, but now it's just different because of this pre-ordering thing. And that's the reason why it started, right? Was you didn't want to get screwed out of the newest, best Call of Duty or whatever that day that you knew was coming out. So you could put like $5 down on it or whatever at GameStop, or certain places throughout the years would kind of do some pre-ordering stuff. And that's really where it started, was just to actually make sure that you reserved your copy of a game before it came out. So come launch day, you just go pick it up and you got it and you're good. Well, then it started with the pre-order bonuses, right? Because all the companies wanted you to get that game there. So they would, and again, it's still kind of that, way. I had a text message come in. So, it's willy-nilly out here. You never know what's going to happen on these car thoughts. It is work hours for me, and I get texts, I get emails, I get calls, I'm going places, so I don't know. I react how I react, I guess. I know I keep saying it, but it's just a reminder for those who haven't watched any of these before or don't know my situation. Just, you don't know what's going to happen. So, okay, back on track. So you pre-order a game, okay, the companies would start kind of competing for your business, right? As they should, and they still do that now. But that started to kind of creep in. You'd have the pre-order bonuses. So if you pre-order at GameStop, you get a keychain or whatever. And then it's like things changed. And it just got to be more. Like every game has a pre-order now. The digital era has ushered in, and for whatever reason, there's still pre-orders there. And now, there's all kinds of levels of that stuff. Like you pre-order, you can preload your game, and I think a lot of that's really cool. I mean, it is neat to go ahead and buy a game, have it downloaded, and it's ready to go on release day, like at midnight or whatever. You don't have to wait for it to download. You don't have to wait for it to install. The whole installing and updates thing is another thing that came later that we got to deal with now, and that's just how it is. And that's cool. It's fine. I'm not really bitching about that so much. But it's just this machine of pre-ordering that we're in. Like, every freaking game has a pre-order now. Every game at every shop almost has a different pre-order bonus. Used to it would be like, and I pick on Call of Duty because it's just a popular one, and it was very highly desired for many years. So, used to it be you could pre-order it at all these places, but if you pre-ordered at GameStop, you would get your extra whatever costume or whatever keychain, whatever bonus you want to apply, and that was it. Now it's like if you pre-order at GameStop, you get this skin. If you pre-order at Best Buy, you get this skin. If you pre-order at Target, you get a comic. If you pre-order digitally, you get these bonuses. So like half the freaking time these games come up now, you got to look at all these places and see which version you want to get. So, and not only does the pre-order bonuses happen, but then it's, we got multiple editions for things. So, you got 3 editions of the game. You got all these retailers to pre-order from. It's freaking nerve-wracking. Like, do I want to get the digital deluxe version to have it digitally and to get out of that whole physical scenario, available instantly, whatever? Do I get it to Amazon and, get that bonus or possibly $10 cheaper, but then have to wait for shipping? Or, do I get at Best Buy to get the Steelbook, or do I go to GameStop and get, this bonus? And what a freaking nightmare we're in with that. The only incentive I see for the digital pre-orders anymore is the preload scenario. Otherwise, like, why do you pre-order something on PlayStation Network? Like, it usually doesn't get any cheaper. I mean, some games, you actually, if you pre-order, you save a little extra money or whatever. But it's all about this bonus. It's all about, like, getting your money before the game's out, is the way I feel. And the few problems I have with it, aside from just how absurd it is in general, is kind of what I said. First off, like, they get your money before the game's out. So you're not checking reviews. You're not, there's no peer review there. You don't get to kind of see how it is. You don't get to rent it. You don't get to whatever. Like, you've already bought it. So if it sucks, you're on the hook. And that's where a lot of this negative feelings from gamers and stuff come up, is when games are half finished or whatever. Like, if we got rid of the pre-order system, then your game better be good or it won't sell, right? Because that's what's really helping sales now, is you pre-order, they get your money, they can put out whatever they want at that point. I mean, sometimes you get your money back, but that's a tricky game. And it just brings a lot of negative feelings along with it. The other problem I don't like is the pre-order system we're in now with no release date. I understand delays. I understand, you have a release date, you pre-order, whatever. Something happens, it gets delayed a month or two or whatever. Like, that sucks. But I can understand that, because that's business, that's, development, that's the world, right? But how do you put up a pre-order when you don't even have a release date? You'll see the December 2022. It's probably coming this year. And even still, you don't really know until it's out. So I don't like that. They announce a game. They have a placeholder image. No trailer, no nothing. But the pre-order's up right away for generically later this year. Maybe. Half the time, whenever it says December 2022 or whatever, sometimes it does fall in line and it's like September, whatever, when they announce the date. But sometimes it's the following year. So you get a game announcement, you get a placeholder image, no videos, nothing. You pre-order, they get your money, no product to go off of. You still don't know when it's coming out. So your pre-order is something basically based on a picture and an idea. You don't know when it's coming out. You don't know if it's going to be any good. You don't even know what it looks like half the time. Now that is a worst case scenario, I realize, right? Because like some of these games, you do know what you're getting into. Like, the new Gotham Knights game that was announced. That was one of those that was up for pre-order right away. And like they had a cinematic trailer, and that's all they released. Now, Rocksteady has a pretty good reputation. We've played the Arkham Knight games, the Arkham Asylum, that stuff, and they're all amazing. So like that, I would have confidence in pre-ordering it. But at the time, there was still no release date. So like you're still putting a pre-order up without a release date, and I think that's the dumbest freaking thing ever. To me, I don't know. It seems stupid. And it's really far removed from where we started with this. The whole purpose of pre-ordering. Like, why do we even pre-order now? Is it to get your money before the game's out? It's a pretty smart business move, really. Is it to gauge like customer interest before the game's released? And I think a lot of it is that. Oh, we already got 200,000, pre-orders, so this is going to be a big game. But I don't know how much of that should affect development, though. How much should developers really know before it's out, to where it starts affecting quality, right? Like, as a developer, you kind of have a responsibility to make the best product you can kind of do, right? Like, I realize it's an art form. It's a collection of art. It's a piece of art, right? So like your vision, whatever you're after, that's what you're building. But there's quality control. There's public interest. Like they still go after making something that sells. And like, I don't know, think about if you have 300,000 people or whatever already buy your game. And I know like some of these games, like that's still a low number, like it's millions or it's unsuccessful or whatever. But say you have 300,000 pre-orders, and that's a big number for you, and you're halfway through development, or a third, 2/3 of the way. I could understand the feeling of, oh, we got this in the bag. We can kind of coast through a little bit now. You know what I mean? I wonder how often that happens. I wonder how often those pre-order numbers affect the quality of the game. I don't know. I personally like to buy shit that I have interest in, or I feel is not a piece of shit. So, I've played games long enough. I've bought games long enough. I kind of know typically when I see certain things, like what it's going to be like when it's coming out. Is it going to be something I'm into? Is it going to be, this is looking pretty low budget, this developer, this is their reputation. I almost, and I'm rarely wrong. Sometimes I am. Most of the time it's because I've discounted something and thought it was going to suck, and like it really surprises me. but, rarely am I surprised anymore. So, I typically kind of know what I'm walking into, and I feel like I know if it's going to be for me or not, right? Like, when I say games suck, I realize that it's subjective, and somebody out there likes what they're doing, I guess, or it's what they can make, and it's, a passion project or whatever. This demographic likes it, or whatever the fuck. But I can typically kind of weed out what's for me and what's not, and I just think that pre-ordering thing is very dangerous, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. We're pre-ordering stuff, sorting out what editions or where are we pre-ordering this at, figuring out all these bonuses. There's always a bonus. It's always different everywhere. Every place wants your money, and they want it before the product is available. And like, what other medium is that acceptable in? Like movies, you can pre-order, right? But half the time, the movie's already out in the movie theater, and you've seen it, or haven't, or you want to see it, or whatever. And it's a different price point. Like, a lot of that you can argue. Instead of going to the movies, you buy them on disc, or whatever. Different thing. But that though is about one of the other few pre-order scenarios that we have as a consumer. And most of the time it's for the physical disc after it's already out in the theater. So if you really wanted to, you could go see it in the movies and then know whether or not you want to keep it forever, you want to own it. But games are not like that, and it's becoming even more not like that. So is there any other scenario to where we buy products when we don't have them? I mean, I know you can say large scale, property and shit like that, but I just mean everyday kind of stuff that you buy, shopping. No, like, you buy it and there it is. I want this. This is out. This product's here. I want to buy this. And not with games though. It's they want your money first before it even exists. It's crazy talk. Especially with so many other factors. How we as gamers, how have we not kind of took a stand on this in a certain degree, right? Like, because it is based on, we vote with our money, right? So how have we not kind of eliminated this? Because there are things that we can kind of knock out in a sense, like the loot boxes and stuff. Everybody freaked out. Everybody's backtracking over that. So how have we not addressed this pre-order thing? There's so many different things that come up in that world as far as the quality of work, the half-finished game, the update with features later on, the microtransaction stuff, all of these things that we have issues with, yet we're still giving these people their money before this game even exists. I don't know. That's my issue. So, I don't know. Give me your thoughts below. Let me know how you think about it. We got comments down there for a reason. I know it seems like we're kind of all over the place with views. But we have a few people that for sure follow our channel on the regular and tune in to our views. And I encourage you, if you play these games, if you pre-order, if you don't pre-order, let us know in the comments what your deal is with that and what your thoughts are. We're all gamers. We've all been around for a long time doing this kind of thing. Surely it affects you in some way. So let me know down below. Until next time, who knows what the next one's going to be. I have been playing some games. I did a couple leisure plays, by the way. It was a weird ending. I just decided not to end the video and talk about that for a second. So, done a couple leisure plays. Streaming Vampire Masquerade Swan Song. Started playing that. I'll probably talk more about that in a different video. And started playing Bayonetta. because the third one's coming out. I actually haven't ever played. I know of Bayonetta. I've watched Tom play it many times, actually. Seen lots of gameplay. I've never actually played through them. So I started playing Bayonetta 1. So that's kind of the two games I'm working on. There's some others I want to try to get into, but I'll probably try to move through those, at least one of those first before I move on. So I don't know if I'm going to stream more of Swan Song or not. Probably I might just stream the whole thing and start doing those leisure plays a little more from beginning to end as I move through stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I'm currently playing. You're welcome to talk about what games you're playing in the comments as well. I'll probably do another video talking about kind of what I'm playing and stuff, and we can address some of that there. But pre-ordering, again, let me know what your thoughts are. Until next time, see ya.